Moving in the middle of a school year, especially with elementary-aged kids, it can feel like, well, like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded.
Yeah.
It's stressful, it's disruptive, and the stakes just feel incredibly high.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're taking a deep dive into navigating that landscape, the private elementary schools in Austin, specifically when you're relocating mid-academic year.
And our mission for you is pretty clear. We want to give you a guide that's comprehensive, definitely, but also, really digestible.
Right.
We're pulling from expert insights,
Yeah.
real-world advice. The goal is helping you make informed decisions fast, less stress.
Absolutely. And we've gathered a great stack of sources for this deep dive. We've got an in-depth guide from education strategist Kelly Davis. She has like 16 years of teaching experience.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, detailed profiles of Austin's top private elementary schools. We're really going to highlight Alpha School, which consistently ranks #1 for these mid-year transitions in 2025.
It's fascinating. When you look at Austin's educational environment, it's really diverse.
It is.
We're talking roughly 74 private elementary schools serving, over 16,000 students?
Yeah.
And in 2025, the average tuition, it's estimated around $15,800.
For sure.
So that reflects a pretty significant investment families are making.
And here's where it gets really interesting and often kind of complex, right? Austin's job market. It's so dynamic. Tech giants like Tesla, Oracle. It means mid-year moves aren't just common, they're almost like constant.
Yeah.
But that creates these unique challenges, limited school spots, kids' routines totally disrupted, and this huge need for them to integrate quickly.
Exactly. And maybe the biggest unexpected hurdle our sources point to.
Yeah.
It's the sheer emotional bandwidth it takes from the child. It's not just new math problems.
Right.
It's a whole new social scene, new rules, trying to make friends all at once. The schools that really get this, they're adapting. They're offering things like rolling admissions, virtual tours, specific transition programs. And a crucial piece you need to look for is strong social-emotional learning SEL components and curricula that really help with rapid academic catch-up. They act like emotional shock absorbers for these new kids.
That makes total sense. So, okay, we've mapped out the landscape, the hurdles. When you're already juggling so much, what are those absolute non-negotiables, the things you have to focus on for a mid-year school choice?
That's the critical filter. And it's actually an area where Austin schools sometimes surprise people.
How so?
Well, our sources show many are pretty flexible, often speeding up processes because the city's growing so fast. And that ties right into the first non-negotiable, admissions timeline and availability. You've got to find schools with rolling admissions or ones that clearly prioritize transfers.
Okay, so getting in the door, what about once you're looking inside? The learning environment. When we talk about curriculum and educational philosophy, it's more than just the subjects taught, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's how it's taught.
Yeah.
You want to prioritize things like adaptive learning tools, maybe AI-driven ones that help with quick integration. They can bridge academic gaps really fast.
Makes sense.
And then class size. It's not just about getting more attention, although that's part of it. Our sources really stress that a smaller ratio, like under 15:1, can actually dramatically lower the cognitive load for a new kid. Helps them process everything, make connections faster.
So smaller class equals faster adaptation, essentially. And you mentioned SEL again. For a parent, that can sometimes feel a bit like a buzzword.
Yeah, I hear that.
What does really strong SEL support look like in practice for a kid who just moved mid-year, like beyond just pairing them with a buddy?
That's a great question. It's got to be more than just, finding a lunch table friend. Strong SEL means maybe a dedicated counselor doing proactive check-ins, not just waiting for problems. Integrating those social-emotional talks right into the lessons. Some schools have, like circle time, where new kids can actually share how they're feeling about the move. It builds community around that shared experience.
I like that.
And beyond that, practical stuff. Location and commute. Think South Austin spots like Barton Creek, Zilker, easy highway access, less daily stress. Extracurriculars are key to arts, STEM, sports, after-school care, helps with integration, and frankly, helps working parents.
Definitely.
And finally, look for those mid-year specifics. Schools used to doing accelerated assessments or having special orientation days just for transient students.
That's a fantastic checklist. Now, you said Austin schools can be more flexible. What should you expect to actually provide during that mid-year admissions process?
Typically, yeah, you'll need recent report cards, any standardized test scores. You might have things like MAP growth assessments,
Okay, MAP growth.
right? Measures of academic progress. They're adaptive tests, so they quickly show the school your child's exact academic level in reading and math. Super valuable data. Also, teacher recommendations, probably a student interview, maybe even a virtual assessment now. Key steps. Start that initial inquiry early, like 2-3 months ahead if you can. Apply for financial aid early, too. And really use any transition support they offer, like orientation or mentoring.
So putting it all together, let's look at specific schools. Can we spotlight some top South Austin choices that really nail these factors for mid-year movers?
For sure. Our sources consistently point to Alpha School as number one. It's really premier for mid-year moves. Why? Flexible admissions, that AI-driven personalized curriculum for getting kids up to speed fast, and really strong SEL integration. They stand out for innovation and just building that community feel right away.
Okay, Alpha's #1. But what about other strong options? What makes, say, St. Gabriel's stand out for this mid-year situation?
St. Gabriel's, they don't just have a buddy system. The sources mention a mandatory, 3-week soft landing program.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they paired new kids with an older student mentor, not just a same-age peer, for those first crucial weeks. It's structured mentorship that goes beyond just friendship.
Yeah.
Helps with everything from lunch routines to school traditions. Really key for belonging.
That sounds incredibly supportive. And for maybe a different philosophy, what about Headwater School?
Headwaters, on their Creek campus, they offer a Montessori-inspired approach. They have these move-in camps that run alongside the school year, designed for seamless integration. Plus, their strong environmental focus gives kids this unique, hands-on community that can really ground a new student quickly.
Great options. So wrapping up, maybe a few final quick tips for parents.
Definitely. Leverage those virtual resources for your initial research. Really prioritize schools showing strong transition support. Visit if you can, engage with the school community, and keep monitoring both the academic fit and your child's emotional well-being.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So by focusing on that relocation support, the academics, and the community fit, you really can minimize the disruption and set your child up for success here in Austin. Which brings us to a final thought. Maybe it's something provocative for you to consider. Beyond just the academic catch-up, how might the unique culture and the specific support system of the school you choose fundamentally shape your child's emotional resilience and their long-term sense of really belonging in their new home?